Hello, it's me, Vicky Marie. I am so sorry to be late. Oh my goodness, I'm just literally on my first coffee this morning. My alarm didn't go off. Can you believe it? All this time we've been waiting for some news about Samantha Murphy. And the one day that there is some news that we've been waiting for so long, my alarm doesn't go off. So I've literally just woke up about 10 minutes ago. Oh, I haven't even had time to brush my hair. But anyway, never mind. You just have to take me as I am. So, gosh, yes. So it was, I was so tired yesterday. I went to bed and then woke up. I always, the first thing I do when I wake up, if I'm in bed or every couple of hours, I check my phone to see if there's any news about, not only about Samantha, but about any, Sebastian or any other case that we're following. But especially in the night, if I wake up in the night, I always check about Samantha because of night. Of course, nighttime is Australia, isn't it? Australia is nighttime in Spain is Australia daytime. So, as usual, that's what I did last night. And, not expecting any news because it's been so long now that we've had any proper news. It's almost just like a habit that I do, but I don't really expect to get any news. And there it was, this news. And it was Jake Cassar. I followed Jake Cassar. He's the sort of Crocodile Dundee type guy. And he'd made a post to say, I hope this brings some resolution for Samantha's family. And that was it then. So I quickly had a look at the news, and I was so close. Probably should have done. So it was about 3:30 in the morning Spanish time, and I thought I'm going to get up and do a live now. And then I thought, oh no, because I've got classes. If I wouldn't have had classes today, Spanish classes, I would have got up and done the live at 3 in the morning. But I do have classes, so I thought I've got to get some sleep. I thought, I know, I'll set the live for 7 o'clock Spanish time. I'll get up at 6, get ready, have time to sort of get all prepared for it, etc. No. So next thing I woke up and it was 7:45 Spanish time and my alarm hadn't gone off. And anyway, big run around. But I'm here now. And I can see, I'm so sorry because I can see that some of you are here. I hope you're coming back now. I can see that some of you have all been wondering, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Where is she? Worrying about me. Thank you so much for worrying about me. Oh, right. Morning, Ninja Chihuahua. Yeah, maybe you should have done the live. Oh, bless. And give us some perspective on the area. Yeah, well, feel free if you're still here. Feel free to put on any perspective you know about the area. Because from what I can remember, from what I just saw briefly, because I don't know this area, it's not an area I've heard of before. So, any perspective on the area is welcome. Hi, old hippie. Shafts in that area, maybe. A musical Neptunian, maybe somebody was on here that's gone because I can't see musical Neptunian here. But hi, Alana. Hi, old hippie. People still go prospecting in this area where she's being search for. I'm going to look at the area in a moment. I'm sorry, I'm not as prepared as I should be. They've used drones. I think they are using drones, old hippie. I think they've been using drones from the beginning to go overhead. Anyway. Musical Neptunian. Hello, there you are. Hi, Kelly. Sorry, thank you for worrying about me. But yeah, there was as far I mean, as I say, I've got to go into this, but there was a guy, a mine expert going in. Yeah, the sort of he's like the Australian human mole. We've got Peter Fold in Australia's got this guy, which I can't remember his name. But yeah, it was one guy who was doing it himself, you know, professional guy. But we'll have a look at all this in a minute. I just want to say hello to everyone, especially people that have been waiting. Oh, that's interesting, Ninja Chihuahua. That yeah, I suppose prospectors in the gold rush, they would keep their mine secret, wouldn't they? They wouldn't want other people going in there, especially when they dug it out. That's a good name. So old hippie lives near the Superstition Mountains in Arizona. Yeah, sweeping statement. But yeah, maybe you would have found her by now, but it's completely different, the Superstition Mountains, I would imagine, than the bushland. Oh, so musical Neptunian's been down a mine. A tourist mine. The last thing I'd want to do is go down a mine. Okay. Oh, Alana, hello. I hope you've come back. I hope you've all come back. I mean, I can see you've been chatting about caves and mines and things and worrying about me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I just cannot believe that I overslept on this day of all days when I've been waiting for some news for so long. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Sarah. Right. Oh, hippie's back. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at a news thing first of all that I've just found. But I'm sorry, I am having to find things on the go because I was supposed to be all prepared. But anyway, never mind. The big news.
Mom of
Right,
two.
Well, where's that gone? It's going to be one
Good
of
morning.
those
We
days,
start with
isn't it?
breaking development.
So the big news is basically that there's a new search launched for Samantha in a new area, certainly an area I don't remember hearing before.
Developments in regional Victoria, where police have launched a new search for the body of missing mum Samantha Murphy. Gillian Landforest joins us live from that search area southwest of Ballarat. Jill, good morning to you. A significant police operation underway there.
It is, Davina. It's been more than 2 months since Samantha Murphy went missing from her Ballarat home. Today, police have brought in specialist cadaver dogs from New South Wales, which are specifically trained to sniff out human remains in this area, as well as other specialist police in the search for missing mums.
Right, so here we go. This is the area. So before they were searching Bunyinyong, which was here. The Ballarat East Canadian Forest is up here, which is more or less where she supposedly was attacked, or on the outskirts of it, wasn't it? Mount Clear, that the police said that she was attacked. Here's Bunyinyong, which they've already searched. And this is now where they're searching. So it's quite a little way away, isn't it? I don't know anything about Enfield State Park. But so basically, the police this morning announced that they were searching here and asked the public to stay away. So, yes, thank you, Charlie. It was Raymond Shaw, the mineshaft expert who's been looking in these mines. So, as I say, I don't know anything about this area, Enfield State Park. So, is it another like place with trails, etc.? I don't know where it is in relation to where Patrick was staying. I think, wasn't he staying somewhere around here somewhere? You know, I don't know that area at all, but you can see just by looking at, well, one, it's a big area, and two, it is quite away from the other area. What has led them there? I'd love to know why they've suddenly decided to start searching here. Now, it may be because, remember, they were waiting for phone data, weren't they? And a couple of days ago, they finally received all the phone data that they were waiting for, not only from, phone data of everybody who was in that area, because you have to apply for it anyway. So whether it's from that phone data, whether it's something that's come up from that phone data, or whether, has somebody cracked? Has somebody given some information? Maybe even Patrick himself. So we don't know what's led them there, but we do know that they're searching there. Completely new search area. Very interesting.
Samantha Murphy. I'm currently in Napoleon's at the staging ground, but police are searching at Enfield State Forest, which is quite interesting. That's about 25 kilometres south of where the previous search site was in Buninyong. But police say they have new intel to indicate that this area is where they should be searching today. Now, of course, Samantha went missing in early February, went for a run and never returned home. A 22-year-old man, Patrick Stevenson, has been charged with her murder. It is understood he is not cooperating with the police investigation. Meanwhile, Davina, I have spoken to Samantha's husband this morning, Mick. He says he is out there every single day searching for her.
Also, she's spoken to Mick this morning, and he said he's out every single day searching for a bless. But it is literally a needle in a haystack, isn't it? Now they've gone, quite a distance away to search. So that's interesting. This lady, this reporter is saying that Patrick is not cooperating, but he may have cooperated. Something sent the police there. So it's either because Patrick has said something, finally. Actually, which reminds me, where's my lighter? I haven't even had time to light my candle this morning. I don't know where my lighter is. I'll have to find it in a minute. Oh, hang on. Where's my lighter? Here it is. So yeah, let me light my candle actually before I go any further. So yeah, has Patrick finally, been helpful? It's doubtful, isn't it? It's doubtful that Patrick has finally been helpful. I light my candle. I half expected to get up this morning to the news that she had been found. But anyway, not yet. Not as far as I know anyway. So it's either Patrick's cooperated, somebody who knows Patrick has given a tip off, some data from the phone data. Who knows where the tips come from. But of course, they'll be searching there for a reason. They won't be just searching there just for the fun of it.
And he's got his fingers crossed for an outcome today, Davina.
As does all of the country. Okay, Jill, thank you. Well, US President Joe Biden and the Japanese...
Okay, so that's that. So interesting, isn't it? So interesting. Now let's have a look. There'll be a couple of somebody's very kindly sent me some news items, which is very helpful because as I overslept, I haven't had time to look properly. So luckily for me, people do tend to send me information. Just wondering why that's... Oh, I've never seen it. Right. This is one of the news items I've been sent. Hi, Caroline. So I don't think I've ever seen that full photo before. Mick looking very dapper there. I've only seen the photo of Samantha. But anyway, so what is this? This is the 3-minute read. Police have resumed their search for missing mum Samantha Murphy on Thursday. And then it goes through. I should always recap the story, but I'm sure it's indelibly marked in our minds, those of us that have been following this case of Samantha going for her run. At about 7 a.m. on February the 4th, after leaving her Ballarat home to go on a morning run. Now, yeah, and we still don't know why the police allege she was killed on the same day. But I do just want to cast our minds back because it was interesting the way this case developed, wasn't it? Because for the first week, it was definitely no suspicious circumstances. They were searching everywhere for Samantha. Then on the Friday, so she went missing on the Sunday. By Friday, they brought in the missing persons squad. That was it. Everything changed. The searches stopped, and then there was this silence. And the community continued to search, but the police stopped searching. And so obviously something was found out on that Friday for them to stop searching, because they don't stop searching when they're in, when they're hoping they're going to find someone alive. Then it was, oh, well, there may be suspicious circumstances. Then the next press conference, and the press conferences have been few and far between. They've been spotty, haven't they? They've been, one every sort of blue moon. The next press conference after that, it was, oh no, we're looking for a body. We believe, so it was somebody killed her in a deliberate act in Mount Clear. It literally changed that quickly, didn't it? And that was very sad because, and of course, we don't know why they think that, but it's likely to do with her phone data or her Apple Watch that she was wearing. Now, nothing's been found. None of Samantha's possessions have been found so far. No phone, no Apple Watch, no earbuds, no clothes, nothing. So the only reason the police must have to think that she was attacked in that area at that time, because they said it was definitely that same day, that same morning, must be because of their data that they've got. And that's when then they started searching. Well, they went back to search they went to search the Buninyong area. Nothing. They found nothing, or they didn't tell us if they found anything. And then it all went quiet again, didn't it? And it's been very, very quiet. So just to give you a little resume of how the case has gone. And oh yeah, and then in the midst of all that, they arrested, of course, Patrick Oren Stevenson. And this was a complete blindside, wasn't it? A 22-year-old man. And, a local son of an ex-NFL player, quite well-known family in the area because of his father, being sort of semi-famous, I suppose. Supposedly we've seen the photos of him, good old boy, young lad, sort of handsome, sporty, girlfriend, seemed to be, Mr. Normal 22-year-old guy. And then there was some video released of him sort of enjoying himself with his friends, and he seems to like the old devil's dandruff, as Mike likes to call it in that chapter. He was snorting coke, he was drunk, and you got an idea of what he'd be like after a night out. But of course that made it even more confusing in a way, because you think the state he was in on those videos, which weren't the videos from the night before. He was out the night before. Those videos weren't taken the night before. They'd been taken a month before. But if he had been out with his friends in that state, how would he have managed, to murder a woman and hide her body so successfully? Unless it was a hit. Oh, and then the police released said it definitely wasn't a hit and run accident. It was a deliberate act. That's the police's own words. A deliberate act that led to Samantha's death. So, anyway, that's where we were until this morning. So, officers entered the Enfield State Park on Thursday as Victoria Police said that the search would focus on an area highlighted by intelligence derived from a number of sources. Now, the other thing is, don't forget, they've got his car as well. They've been, they took his car off for forensic investigation. That can bring up things like soil, etc., from the area that can lead them to areas, can't it? That if he'd been in that area with his car, then, if there's a deposition site there. I mean, the thing is, if he's taken her there, he needs to carry her from there, from the road, wherever he can take the car to. I don't know how far, it is a SUV that he's got. how far into that bush can he take the car? And then he's got to carry her the rest of the way. Did he have help? This is something that we've all been sort of wondering about. Did he have help? And we just don't know. The police have said now they don't think, they weren't looking for anybody else in connection with this. But originally, before they arrested him, they said they were searching for multiple people. So the police, well, they don't have to tell us what they're doing. Obviously, they're doing their job. That's what they're doing. So, they don't have to clarify things for us. They're just following the evidence. Now they've got the guy, and they'll have a reason for why they think he did it. As they won't have just arrested him for fun. There's a and now they've got to get the evidence together, and the most important thing for them will be to find Samantha's remains. And time ticking for that, because it's been quite a while now. We're now in April and she disappeared beginning of February. So they'll want to, find Samantha's remains, not only for the humane reason of bringing her remains home to her family so that they can say a decent goodbye to her and know that she's just not lying out in the bush somewhere. But not only for that reason, but for evidence reasons, for decomposition reasons. The sooner they can find Samantha, the best, to hopefully have something to work with to find out her cause of death. So, Detective Acting Superintendent Mark Hatt said Thursday's search would involve a significant number of detectives from the Missing Persons Squad and police from a number of specialist areas. So, apparently, he said, I'll see if I can find it. I don't think they've done a conference or anything, but you never know. I might be able to find something. Just met. Hi, Joanne. So since Samantha's disappearance over 2 months ago, a range of searches and other inquiries have been undertaken in the Ballarat area as part of this investigation. This includes extensive large-scale searches, such as we have planned this week, but also smaller targeted searches focused in very specific areas. Oh my gosh, so did Samantha and Mick, did they get married later on? This looks like a wedding photo. As I say, I've never seen this. I've seen this photo of Samantha, obviously, before. This is a photo that they released quite a long time ago, but it was always just of Samantha. And now it looks, that's probably Jess in the middle, I think. It looks like a wedding. Maybe they got married, later on. What a beautiful picture. Oh. So the police have obviously had this picture for a while because they use this part. But maybe they've been given permission now by Mick to use all of it. That's a beautiful photo, isn't it, actually? So sad. It's so very sad. Oh, so very sad. Just awful. I want to assure those in the Ballarat community that police remain focused on doing everything we can to return Samantha to her family. However, there is a light police presence on the ground Thursday, with only 4 police vehicles seen in the search staging area during the day. Maybe they've got a very, very specific part of it to search. It's High Maltese Cross. It's, gosh. Anyway, we've just got to let them sort of do it. What can we do? We're talking about, we've kept Samantha's name alive, in all over, because people watch my channel from all over. I mean, it's only a small channel. Don't get wrong. I know, like, the whole world's population is not tuning into it, but people from all different areas do tune into my channel. I've tried to keep keep Samantha's name also we want to know, don't we? We care now about Samantha being brought back. We've become invested in, you know, even though we don't know Samantha and her family, we've become invested in their lives, and we do care, and we want to see her being brought home. So, dirt bikes and a cadaver dog are involved with the search of the dense national park. Gosh, I mean, I do think these searches are, you know, impossible practically. But anyway, they're not impossible. They will find her. I do feel they will find her. It's happened before, hasn't it? There's been cases before in Australia. You know, unfortunately, the bush is a beautiful place, and these state parks are beautiful, but they're also places that are very convenient to hide bodies because, you know, they're not easy to search. So police have previously combed large swathes of the Canadian forest area since Miss Murphy's disappearance, with dedicated locals also joining in the search. And officers this time, so you know that this is serious because, you know, do you remember after the police stopped searching the immediate area around Samantha's house, they said to the civilian groups, oh no, you keep on searching. And also, you know, those civilian groups, they brought in that Jake Cassar, the Crocodile Dundee guy. They brought him in, you know, and the police gave all the go-ahead for that. You know, yeah, carry on searching. And, you know, when you think about it, they probably thought, well, they may find something somewhere, but they knew that Samantha was not in that area. That's why they allowed those searches to go on. And whenever the police do what you might say a serious search, where they really think they might find something, they always ask the civilian groups not to join in. So we've got a little timeline here. February the 4th, that's when she leaves her property on Eureka Street, Ballarat, to go for a run. Oh, and it was boiling hot that day as well. I think the weather is different now, isn't it? Because you're coming in, they're in Australia, they're coming into their autumn now. Hi, Alana. They're coming into their autumn now. So the weather's completely different now from when it was. When Samantha went missing, it was high 30s. And that's what caused so much consternation as well, is that because at the time when it wasn't known exactly what happened to Samantha, that she might have had a medical episode, there was a lot of concern, wasn't there? Because it was just so hot. You know, it was how long could she survive if she didn't have enough water? You know, if she was lying unconscious somewhere, or even if she wasn't unconscious, but she just couldn't move, or her phone was broken. You know, all those scenarios we went through, and it was all made worse by the fact it was so boiling hot. So that was the last known sighting of Samantha. Family notified police of her disappearance after she failed to show up at a family commitment. So Thursday's development bears similarities to a search of a new area of bushland on March the 20th. So that was the search that they made of Bunyinyong. And that was supposed to be sparked by recently obtained intelligence. So, of course, the police don't have to be crystal clear with what the recently obtained intelligence is. Could be phone pings, it could be information from someone. You know, we don't know who, if any, of Patrick's family or friends are maybe saying anything. Maybe he'd let something slip, maybe even bragged about it, because, you know, from what I've been looking at about young people lately, they're just idiots apart from anything. So they seem to go and commit these crimes and then boast to other people that they've done it half the time. And similarly, at that search, volunteer searchers and the public were urged to stay away from that area. And that search area was east of the Buninyong Golf Club, which was the focus of initial search efforts, where Samantha's phone last pinged. So that was the other strange thing, wasn't it? On the day that Samantha disappeared, this, of course, is the infamous last photo of Samantha just before she went on her run, bless her. But literally just that same day that she disappeared, her phone pinged later, much later that day, at around 5 p.m., the phone pinged near this Buninyong Golf Club, and that's what led, or part of what led the police to search there. The search then moved to Mount Clear, further north of Buninyong and closer to Samantha's home, but still no success. And the police were very adamant that something had happened to Samantha at Mount Clear. And they seemed to think, and it must be from the Apple phone data, that she had left the home, she had gone on, because of course there was a lot of talk that maybe she never left the home in the first place, casting a lot of shadow on Mick. Because there was no other CCTV as far as we knew to show her, have it apart from this was the last CCTV, so nothing to show her leaving the house. But the police seemed to be positive that she left the house, but something happened, and they think she ran her normal run to this Mount Clear area, and they think something happened there, which has got to be because of the Apple phone data. Something happened there. They'll have a reason for it, won't they? So she just didn't come back. She was supposed to come back for brunch at 11. And anyway, long before that, they realised that she would have been back for a shower, etc., and to get ready. And she didn't come back. So Mick went out looking for her. No sign, and they reported her missing around about 11 o'clock that morning. So that was February the 4th. So February the 4th is when she went missing. And then, of course, on March the 6th, so a month later, that's what, because it doesn't seem, for me, because I talk about Samantha more or less every day, trying to find some updates always and trying to give you any information I can. And then, of course, recently there's been the other awful murder in Ballarat by the young girl, by her ex-partner, Hannah, and her ex-partner Lockie or whatever his name is. And then, of course, there was the murder-suicide in Sebastopol. So there's been, then there was the bushfire, then there was the mine collapse. It's been one thing after another from Ballarat itself. Anyway, so remember, then suddenly, out of the blue, this young lad was arrested. I think nobody of all the things that we might have thought happened to Samantha and who might have done it, certainly me, never occurred to me. Might be a young lad of 22. But he was arrested on March the 6th and charged with murder the following day. And of course, if you remember, his identity was given. Then it was decided by the judge you couldn't talk about his identity. And then literally within another couple of hours, it was decided, yes, you could talk about his identity. So it's been, there's been a few sort of things, but anyway, we're all allowed to know his identity now. And we still don't know how he was, spotlighted. We don't know why the police arrested him, what information led to his arrest. Police remain tight-lipped about the methods used to identify him, saying that they would not go into operational matters, but added that the investigation remained ongoing. And Shane Patton said at the time, a painstaking and methodical investigation led to the alleged killer's arrest. So, of course, they're being tight-lipped. They've got a court case coming up in August. That's when he goes to court. They don't want to divulge anything that might jeopardize that prosecution, do they? And you can't blame them for that. And just hopefully what will make everything that little bit easier as far as the prosecution's concerned is finding Samantha's body, of course, which is probably why Patrick he knows that, and that's why he's not talking about it. So at the time, the Victoria Police Commissioner, Shane Patton, said, I'm not going to identify what has specifically led us to this man, other than to say it has come from painstaking detective work with great assistance from the public, Mr. Patton said, adding that police would allege the accused acted alone. So he's been very clear since Patrick, even though before the police were saying that they thought there might be more than one person involved. Ever since Patrick's been arrested, they've been at pains to say he acted alone, which doesn't necessarily mean he did act alone. The police don't have to tell us the truth. They just have to tell us whatever aids their inquiry. Maybe they're saying that, to put someone's mind at rest. To put someone's mind at rest, so that they relax and they don't think that they're going to get caught or anything. Who knows? The police have got their methods, and their methods are their own, and they don't have to explain themselves to us, of course. Yeah. So oh gosh, sorry, hang on, sorry. At the time of the arrest and murder charge, Ballarat Mayor Des Hudson said the community was relieved and devastated at the development. So this is where they're searching, Enfield State Park. Completely new name to me, I'd never heard of Ballarat before February the 4th. Now I feel like I know Ballarat like the back of my hand, which obviously I don't, but, and of course we've heard so much about Mount Clear and the Buninyong and the Canadian State Forest, and now we've got a new state park that new to me. I've never heard about it. So the mayor said he did not know the man charged with Miss Murphy's murder personally, but described Patrick's family as lovely people. Mr. Stevenson's father played 15 AFL games with Geelong and Richmond from 2012 to 2014. And I've got then the reference in the press conference. Miss Murphy's daughter Jess and Michael held that emotional press conference 5 days after she went missing. I think that affected everybody, didn't it? Jess was so full of emotion in that press conference. So is this a picture that's actually been taken during the search? So the police are letting the media in then, up to a point, or maybe they're making their own photos. It always seems funny to me when they let them take photos. So remember Jess saying, Mum's a really strong woman and she's far too determined to give up this fight. Mum, we love you so much. We miss you. Please come home soon. That was very heartrending, wasn't it? And that was when Mick said, people don't just vanish into thin air, which seems to be the thing that, everybody says. Someone's got to know something, whether it be any little thing you might think is relevant, call the police and let them know. And that was that press. Gosh, that does seem like quite a long time ago now. That was in the first week, 5 days after Sam went missing. And then as the search entered its 5th week, accounts of the Murphys' generous spirit made headlines. In 2019, just sounds like Samantha was such a lovely person. I know that people are never going to say if someone who's gone missing believed dead that they were horrible and they were this, that and the other. But genuinely, from what has come out about Samantha, she seems like a very nice person. In 2019, Samantha threw her support behind a former employee of her family-owned panel shop, Inland Motor Body Works, after he was jailed over a traffic offence. He was sentenced to 2.5 years imprisonment after he crashed the bus into Melbourne's notoriously low Montague Street Bridge, leaving 6 of the 14 passengers with serious injuries. Oh, this is Patrick the Twonk. This is what a murderer looks like, or an alleged murderer. And this is his girlfriend there. God knows what she thinks of it all. It may be, I agree with you, Alana, it may be her that tipped off the police in the first place. But, it's just like, that is what an alleged murderer looks like. Just they walk amongst us. I think nearly all the cases that I've looked at recently, the people that are, allegedly responsible for whatever the things are that we've been looking at, they all seem like, they are just like ordinary people. What's going on? But anyway. So, following an appeal verdict quashing his convictions, not Patrick, but this friend of Samantha, Jack Aston, he was released from jail. And Samantha and her husband were part of a community-led campaign which included some of the injured passengers, which worked to prove the incident was nothing more than a tragic accident. Hang on, I've just got to do something. So, yeah, there's more to that. Let me just... Sorry, I've just got to do something on my channel. Hope I didn't confuse people too much being so late this morning. I'm sure I did, but never mind. Okay, so yeah, he served 10 months in prison. But Samantha and her husband were part of a community-led campaign, which included some of the injured passengers, which worked to prove the incident was nothing more than a tragic accident. He served 10 months in prison before his convictions were quashed. Okay, now I was sent one other news item. Let's have a look at that. Oh, do you know, my Chatterata, you're so nice and helpful. I have a lot of people following me from Australia, from the local area. And the same person that sent me that news article, they've sent me some information about where they're searching. So this is Enfield State Park. Let me just make sure you can see it. Yeah. Oops. This is where they're searching. Again, another beauty. These twonks, they're ruining these beautiful areas, because whenever you're going to go on trails like this, I would never stop thinking about Samantha, or thinking about Rachel Marin over in Maryland, in Baltimore, in America, who was, also either running or walking, we're not sure which, through one of these trails, and was attacked and murdered on the trail, and we're still looking for the person who killed her. He still has not been caught, despite the fact the police have got his DNA, and they linked it to another crime over the other side of America, in Los Angeles. They've got his DNA. They've got a really good photo fit of her. I'm going to do an update on Rachel Marin soon. Again, just keep her name in the public eye. I have been in contact with my sheriff. Those of you who watch my channel and have watched this sort of like a jokey thing, we have the sheriff, Sheriff Gala, who's dealing with Rachel Marin's case over there in Maryland. I really quite like him, and I have been in touch with his department, let's say. I'm going to talk about that tonight in the members, and also I'm going to do an update in general about Rachel Marin. They've been very nice, very pleasant, asking me to keep Rachel Marin's name in the public eye, which is nice, because when you don't get a police department saying, no, get stuffed, you stupid social media person, you YouTuber, they're actually send you like nice emails and ask you to keep going and keep a name in the public eye, etc. It makes you feel like you are, at least, there's such a limit to what you can do, but at least one thing you can do is keep a name in the public eye. So I'm going to talk about that later in the members, but also I will be talking about it in a review of Rachel's case that I'll be doing as soon as I get a spare minute. But yeah, so this is the Enfield State Park, and these are the different trails. God, I mean, it's huge, isn't it? So I'd love to go on some of these trails. I mean, I love forest trails, things like that. I absolutely love it. And it wouldn't put me off going. It would put me off going on my own, I think. But I would love to go on a hike around these places. So I love the names as well. You get these fabulous names, don't you, in Australia? Bald Hills via Forest Park, walking and Long Gulch Loop, Long Gully Loop. So anyway, this is the place that they're searching. I expect it's closed today. Well, they can't close off the whole park probably, but they will be, closing off, I would imagine, the part that they are searching. So let's see if I can find some other news articles maybe. Let's have a look. What's the other one that I like? The Australian news channels, News 7. Yeah, if I would have been up early and I wouldn't have overslept, I would have had everything. Let's have a look. There's bound to be something on there. There's got to be some information on here, video on here. Oh, that's strange. Can't see anything anyway on News 7. Let's just have a look. Oh, I know what I did want to show you. I wanted to show you the Facebook post from Jake Cassar. Yeah, let me show you this. So this is what I saw initially, that just in the middle of the night when I woke up in the middle of the night. This is what alerted me to the fact that so this is Jake's post. He said, I truly hope they find answers for Samantha's family. And he brought this up, which, let me see, can I? Search for Samantha Murphy, Enfield State Park. So police will today conduct a significant search of bushland in the Enfield State Park area as part of the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Ballarat East woman Samantha Murphy. So a range of specialist units will join Missing Persons Squad investigators, including the Search and Rescue Squad, Mounted Branch, Dog Squad, Public Order Response Team and motorcyclists from Road Policing Command, as well as local police from Western Region. So they'll be throwing all their resources at it. They want to find Samantha, as I say, for various reasons, not least just to bring her home to her family, but also for operational reasons, for the, for the case itself. The body, Samantha's body, is crucial, really. Today's search will be undertaken in an area within the Enfield State Park and will focus on trying to locate Samantha's body. And as such, police are asking that members of the public do not join today's search efforts at this time. And the search will focus on an area highlighted by intelligence derived from a number of sources. They always say that, don't they? Intelligence derived from a number of sources. And then here you go, we've got the map. Buninyong, yeah, it's quite a way, isn't it? It's quite a way away from the area. Of course, there was some speculation that the bushfires that happened sort of near Ballarat, that might have, may have been set deliberately and they may have affected Let's hope she is all this way over here. And that was it, the 2 pictures. So, yeah. Right, I'll just have one more look on the old Google, see if I can find any news. Yeah, my alarm had one job, Alana. It just had to go off. Well, it's obviously my fault. I must have switched it off or forgot to put it on or whatever. But I thought it was on. Anyway, it wasn't. Hi, Barbara. Let's see. So I thought there would be more articles about it because it's a big thing, I think. But obviously, it's not. Samantha Murphy, new search. Let's see. Anyway, if I can't find anything else this morning, oh, here we go. What's this? Cadaver. Can't say it. So here on 9 News, they're saying that there's a cadaver dog being used in the search. So cadaver dog used in search for Samantha's body. Let's have a look at that.
Breaking developments in regional Victoria, where police have launched a new search
we've
for the
already
body
looked
of
at
missing.
that. No, we've already looked at that one. Let's try this one. I don't think there'll be anything new in these articles now until the police make some sort of statement. Yeah, they're just really going over all the same information. But the fact is, the big news, if you like, or the important news is a new area is being searched. So it's an area that's not, as far as we know, not been searched before. I can only find things on 9 News Australia. What about the other ones? Let's try this. I don't think I'm going to find anything new anywhere. But I'll just try a couple of these. Yeah, the same information, just given in a different way, really. Yeah, so there you go. New search, cadaver dogs, new area. Police have asked people not to join in with the search, so that means they've got good reason to think that she may well be there. So yeah. So that's interesting, Alana, that Shane Patton isn't viewed very highly, you're saying. Well, he said some strange things, didn't he, that the police weren't really very happy about, from what I can remember. The other thing I just wanted to say is, yes, thank you, old hippie, cadaver dog. The other thing I just wanted to say, which I've nearly now forgotten. No, yeah. So apparently Patrick's family have gone into hiding in the sense of, I mean, they'd have to move, wouldn't they? Or if they were in a position where they could. Imagine the press will be at their door every day trying to get interviews, etc. The town itself, just the locals. How could you go, into the town, into the shops and things? Because he's quite well known, Patrick's father. So it's not as if you could just hide in obscurity like you might be able to if you were, someone who wasn't sort of semi-famous and someone who didn't live in a community where you were quite well known. It's you couldn't really keep a low profile. I really feel for his parents because if, how awful for your son to be arrested for something like this. And, it's very hard you always want, your natural instinct is to stick up for your children, isn't it? but it'd be difficult to when he's been held on a murder charge, you know, and not cooperating, and you know, it would be difficult to stick up for, even, you know, you always love your child no matter what they do, I suppose. But I think it'd be I really do feel for his family as well as Samantha's family. You know, it's a very, very sad situation all round, isn't it? Basically, it's a very sad situation all round. Anyway, I've got to go, I'm afraid, because I have classes. I'm behind with everything. I have put some lipstick on, but that's about it. I need to do something with my hair and just, you know, try and I'm so sorry that I was late. For those of you who maybe didn't make it back when I finally got it here, I hope you're watching on catch up. Thank you as always to everyone for watching my videos, liking, subscribing. Today is Thursday, so tonight is the members live. And then maybe today we'll get some results. Maybe they will find something and do a police conference. You can be sure that if anything comes out, I will be back one way or another. And do you know what? Next time I get any information in the middle of the night, I am just going to get up and do a live there and then, because, well, like now I don't have any more classes because I don't do classes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if anything else did come up in the middle of the night, as far as, you know, my time is concerned, because that's it, in Australia, we're at completely different ends of the time spectrum. But definitely, if it kept now, because I don't have any more classes over the next few days, I would definitely be up in the middle of the night giving you the information rather than oversleeping the next morning. But never mind. Okay, so yeah, have a lovely morning, lovely afternoon, lovely day, whatever. And let's pray. You know, this candle, I need a new candle again soon. Let's just pray that the police get some results and they manage to bring Samantha home, for this cold comfort, but some comfort of her family to actually know where she is, be able to give her a proper burial, and, you know, say goodbye in a proper way. Yeah, breaking news, Charlie. Breaking news. Breaking news is my alarm didn't go off. Anyway, thank you so much. So, as always, live and love carefully, wisely, and I'll see you again really soon in the next video. And until then, may your gods go with you. Bye. Thank you.